All right, a lot of you have been asking me, hey, what's going on with Richtech Robotics? Talk about Richtech Robotics. What's happening with Richtech Robotics? Oh my God, it was supposed to go to the moon and it didn't. What's wrong with this stock? And I'm like, yeah, so this is normal, expected. Like, this is not anything new. No one should be surprised by this because that's normal. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, uh, so in the past, what happens, right? It gets a huge pump to 12, and then it just drops to like $1, right? As low as 30 cents here. Has a huge pump from like 50 cents to $5. Nice 10x. Drops to the purple line here and just goes sideways along it. And then it has that huge pump to $7, and now it's doing what it's always done, right? It gets this huge pump, and then it just kind of slowly bleeds out, right? So kind of looks the same, right? Huge pump, slowly just comes down lower. So if we know that's the pattern, then where do we buy? We buy down here. We buy along that purple line because nobody wants it down here, right? So that's what, and because a lot of people are asking me, is it a buy? Should I buy more? And I'm like, oh, like, no. I bought up here at the top, but remember, I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not just throwing. I'm not going all in up here. I threw in what, like 1,000 shares or something, 3,000 shares, and I had a stop loss. I knew like either this breaks out and we go to 8 plus, 8 then 10, or this doesn't break out and it pulls back and it starts dropping. So either I took the loss here, like either I took the $500 loss or I held the bag all the way down, right? That those are your choices. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's one or the other. The best thing that could have happened was it breaks out and goes higher, right? And it goes to 8 then 10. Woo! I would have made a lot of money. The risk reward ratio was good. But if it did it, I was going to take the loss. And I did. I took the loss here. It did not hold. It did not break and hold above sevens. As soon as I saw that, I just took. If you were there in the live stream, what did I do? I just took the loss and moved on. And have not bought back in since then. Because I'm just going to wait for the purple line down here. The purple line is at like $3, $3.20. So this is kind of like BBAI. It's got its pumps and then it comes back to the purple line. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's repeating the pattern again, so it's not like it's anything. Like, I mean, look, it's dropping, pulls back, drops, pulls back, finally breaks down and goes lower. Dropping, pulls back, dropping. Maybe it's gonna pull back one more time before finally breaking down, going lower. I would rather just break down and go lower now. Like, just come down. I would rather a straight line down, but like last time, right? I would rather just sell off huge like this. Like, let's get it out of the way now in a few days. Just come on down. Come on down where I want to buy it. So yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. If you guys have been following the channel long enough, you know I'm waiting for that purple line at this point. I chased the top. Obviously, I'm not going to make the mistake of holding the bag all the way down because that would be silly, right? Uh, that would be, yeah, I'd be down 34% if I decided I'm just not going to take the $500 loss. I'd rather hold the bag all the way down. 35%. I'd be 35% down and I'd be hoping and praying. I'd be constantly checking on it, overnight, pre-market, post-market. I'd just be constantly checking my phone like, oh my God, did it go up finally? I'd be going to websites looking for bullish reasons as to why I should continue to hold and why I'm not wrong. Like, I would just be wasting so much time doing stupid shit like that. Like, screw that. So I've been there. No. Take the loss and buy cheaper. That's it. That little loss here. How much of a loss did I even take? Let me check. Yeah, because I bought a bunch at sevens because I'm like, oh, if this holds, and I sold at like 6.50. So let me just check. Yeah, I took like a 6% loss. Well, I probably didn't. Well, my average was lower, so I didn't lose. I sold everything around there at 650, but I had some shares at 7 and some shares at like low sixes, so and mid sixes. So it wasn't 6% exactly, right? But yeah, I'd rather take the 6% and have that money freed up than holding it all the way down. Woo, 50% down. Screw that. I sleep good at night. I don't gotta think about it. Don't gotta worry about it. Let it come down, and that's all there is to it. That's it. Up here, if you chased, if you made the wrong, you had those three. Either you had two options. Either you hold the bag all the way down and hope that it comes back up for you. Who knows if it will or not. Or you just take the loss and you can sleep good at night and you can buy cheaper. That's those are your choices. There's no other choices other than if it had gone up to 10, yes, we would have made quite a bit of money, but that didn't happen. So you have to make that choice. Obviously, the people who are less experienced, they buy the top and hope, and they just hold it all the way down, and they continue to play the hoping game. People who have been around and playing the game for a long time, like it's just better to take that small loss than to hold it all the way down. Would you rather take a 6% loss or hold it down 50%? Unfortunately, most people pick this. For some reason, they see bigger number and they're like, "Woo, bigger number! I'd rather hold it down." That doesn't make sense. I don't. Only in the stock market do people see a bigger negative number and go, "Wow, that's actually better than just 6%." Like that's like I really do want to hold this down 50%. Like and you know how people are. They go all in at the top. They don't go in with like nobody chases with like $100 like that. Nobody does that. People go all in at the top because they think it's gonna go to the moon and they don't want to miss out. All that fear of missing out stuff, all that psychology. So that's it. There's no other way around it. There's like if you chase, you have to make the choice. Am I gonna be a professional and just take the loss if it doesn't work out, or am I just gonna hold it all the way down? Once you get better at this game, playing the game like you're supposed to, you're gonna buy the top and you're gonna be like, okay, if it doesn't break out higher, I'm just gonna take the loss and move on, right? Like here is another example right here. This is basically a lesson for the people who don't, for the beginners really, because it's the beginners who buy tops because they don't know any better. They don't even look at charts, so they don't understand what they're doing. But here was the top here. Let's just go back in time here. So here's the top, right? It hit a top here at 560. And then on this candle here, what happened? It broke out, right? It broke out. Big green candle, and it moved from what? 560 to a high of 623. And that would have been bullish too. You would not sell because that's a big green candle. The next day was a red candle. I would not believe you for taking profit, but you would have made like a dollar per share. So you would have made either you would have made like $3,000 or lost what? Where would you stop? Where would you stop be? Let me just check. 5.62. Where's the low? Yeah. It was about 1 for 1. Either you lose either you lose $3,000 or make $3,000, which is still good, 1 for 1. But it's preferable to have a 1 for 2 risk to reward ratio, or 1 for 3. But the point is, here we actually broke out and went to highs, right? Here we didn't. We stopped. That didn't happen anymore. That was the end of the gravy train here. And then it's just creating lower highs, right? It's not even going higher anymore. So we're still in a downtrend, so we would just expect it to maybe pull back a little bit here and then just continue lower. Maybe not. Maybe this is the time it just decides, boom, let's just go straight down a lot. Because this thing can still drop another oh yeah, it can drop another 34% if it's going to come back to that purple line, which it did it last time, right? It came right to the purple line, and what happened? It finally, recovered. It did a bounce here. Why? Because that's where people love it. They love it down here. The smart ones, the patient ones, they love it down here at the purple line. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. You can see very clearly it just went sideways around that purple line, and then it got that big boom again. So, yeah. So that's the lesson. If you're gonna chase it knowing like you're gonna have to cut it, or because you don't want to you do not want to hold the bag all the way down, because that feels worse than just taking that 6% loss. And also understand that stocks will come back to that purple line. they will come back to that average. That's the average price. So of course it's gonna come back down, right? If you guys ever watched Seinfeld, what happened? What happened in that one Seinfeld episode? Jerry and Costanza, they bought stock, right? And who sold at a loss? Who sold at a loss? Jerry. Why? Because he couldn't handle his emotions. Because it just kept going up and down, up and down. He was watching it every day on the newspaper. Because because that was back in the day. He just kept looking at the newspaper. Oh my God, is the stock that I made up, down? How many points is it up? How many points is it down? He was just constantly, thinking about it, on top of it. Meanwhile, Costanza was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold it all the way down. Whatever happens, happens, and it worked out for him. But the reality is, it's better. I mean, that was back in the day, right? Like, we're living in different times. So you should be able to outperform Costanza and Jerry Seinfeld, quite frankly, because you have so many more options in terms of charting software and brokerages, all that. So yeah, um, those were different times. I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you're living in 2025 and not taking advantage of all that there is offered to make money in the markets. Because this is too easy. Like, you can chase the top every time. If you're setting a stop, you'll be fine, right?